listening to the Hello Vibes Meet Elevation podcast. And this segment that you have entered is Thought-Provoking Talk with Crystal Jackson. And this is where we dive into the deep, the daring, and the sometimes uncomfortable truths that keeps us growing and evolving. That's right. So each episode, guys, is associated with the theme for the month. And guess what? Either way, I'm here to shake up what you think you know, challenge your perspective, and open up the doors to conversation. And this is conversation that don't always come up in our day-to-day. Are you ready to stretch your mind? Are you ready to elevate yourself? Let's get into it and see where today's thought-provoking journey takes us. That's right. Hey, when it comes to intimacy, how much of it do we believe is really ours? And how much comes from what we saw, heard, or maybe felt growing up? Well, guys, welcome to Thought-Provoking Talk with Crystal Jackson, where we dive deep into topics that reshape how we think about our lives and relationships. And today, guys, we're exploring how our family dynamics and childhood experiences influences our perspective on sex, intimacy, and connections. And why are we talking about this? Because this is November, the month of transformation, and it represents Scorpio, which represents sex, rebirth, and death. So let's talk about it. And this episode is entitled How Our Upbringing Shapes Our Views on Sex and Intimacy. The lasting influence of family dynamics. Let's rock. See, many experts believe that the way we approach relationships, intimacy, and even conflict in adulthood is heavily influenced by our early experiences at home. And I'm not an expert, but I second that emotion. Okay. Family relationships teaches us lessons that can either build or break our confidence in intimate settings. You dig? So let's expand with a statistic research finding. Studies in psychology have shown that early family interactions, particularly parental relationships, can set patterns in our brain, that shapes our comfort level with emotional and physical closeness in later relationships. Did you know that? Because until I did the research, I knew that. I'm just joking. All right, guys, let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about if our family influence what we see. Let's talk about it. Because this is your girl, Crystal, and we're going to start with the role of family dynamics. So let's talk about it, my friends. And as you know, we're going to start with the opening quote. Our upbringing is our first teacher in love and intimacy. The patterns we inherit from our family influences, how we connect, trust, and even how vulnerable we allow ourselves to be. Ashe. The role of family dynamics. So let's just be clear. Family relationships form the foundation for understanding love, connection, and boundaries, right? It's an attachment theory, and children internalize messages about love, acceptance, and security from their primary caregivers. So like a child growing up in a nurturing, stable family may develop a secure attachment, feeling safe to trust others, while a child from a more tumultuous background might experience fear or avoidance in intimate relationships. Early messages about sex and intimacy. So like if you examine common family messages around sex and intimacy, you have those families that are silent, conservative, those type of households. And then you got the ones versus the open and communicative ones, right? The ones that are open and expressive and doesn't look at sex as something icky and disgusting and something you got to steer away from. But yet still, you my parent, you had me. So, However, consider the impact of being raised in a family where affection was rarely shown or discussed. You may not know how to be intimate. You may not know how to receive or give a genuine, intimate connection. It could be overly sexual or under, because you don't know. You had to teach yourself. And maybe you were seeing it from TV, it could have came from anywhere but home. And who knows how that might go. And this could lead to discomfort or shame around affection or touch later in life as well, So now we're down to patterns of connections or disconnections in adult relationship. So family-derived beliefs and early experience, they lead to adult patterns in relationships, such as fear of abandonment or difficulty with vulnerability. So I guess I encourage you to identify your own patterns, reflect on your relationship, and ask yourself, are there recurring themes in how you connect or struggle to connect with others? Because honestly, sex is not supposed to be something nasty and disgusting or something not talked about. Sex is supposed to be an intimate connection where two people connect. Every time you lay with somebody, your souls connect, It's about exploring somebody. It doesn't have to be used as a tool or a weapon. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think we get it confused. Anyways, either way, the point is that we learn our views on sex through our upbringing. That's the main point here. So let's talk about transformation through self-awareness and healing. So the transformative potential of self-awareness, this is understanding these early patterns. This can empower you to make conscious decisions and heal. Some people, the lack of this, are comfortable with their intimacy. Some people know that it's part of life, it's part of nature, and it's not looked at as something bad or something disgusting, or it's just a natural flow of life. It's a beautiful thing. That's what it should be, a beautiful thing, because something beautiful comes from it. A lot of times, babies. I don't think it was ever meant to be anything but something soulful and beautiful and something to connect. But hey, that's just me. I'm jumping deep. So anyways, guys, what do you think? Do you think that this, like your intimacy and how you view sex, do you think that comes from your upbringing? Do you think that your caregiver shapes the way that you view sex or intimacy? Well, anyways, if you are having issues connecting on an intimate level, or if intimacy seems like something that you just can't grasp and get your mind around, I suggest therapy or coaching. Like myself, I'll be starting my coaching practice next year. Journaling, meditating, and these tools can help process your experience and reframe your beliefs around intimacy. Intimacy is soft, it's gentle. It shouldn't be rough or a lack of, But again, a lot of the things that we do go through in life, we just don't understand that it comes from our childhood. And again, I stress that as much as I can. So anyways, guys, let's check in. So what do you believe about relationships or intimacy? And can you trace it back to your family? And how has this belief shaped your adulthood or your relationships? Was it for better or for worse? Let's see, for me, I believe so. I believe that it has shaped the way I seen intimacy in adulthood. I never really seen my mother and father intimate, but I knew that they loved each other. It was love. That was physical, but it wasn't intimate. So in relation, I don't initiate intimacy. I'm open to it, but I don't initiate it. It makes me shy a little bit, Like I don't. But I guess as I got older, I did kind of come into my own, because I know how to flirt. I know how to initiate that. So over the years, I've grown to understand and connect with my intimate nature and be open and explore. So yeah. but I definitely feel like it was shaped. All right, so the takeaways. Let's reflect and reframe. So try journal about your family's messages around love, affection, and boundaries if you're having issues here. Write down what you learned about relationships, and write down what no longer serves you and what beliefs you want to adopt going forward. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Question any limiting beliefs that you may have inherited and practice replacing them with affirmations or intentions. And align that with the present desire. See, the thing here is, the best part of this is being aware. Yes, our beliefs and who we grow up to be in our, especially our young adolescent years, is boldly shaped by our childhood experience. Everything is. Until you get older and you start to see things for yourself and you start to be aware and be accountable, you start to change things because you know better. Then you know it doesn't have to put a dark spot in your life if that's what it's doing. You can change that. You can be the author of your story. You can be your hero. So our family background shapes so much of who we are, guys, but they don't define our future, okay? So by understanding where our views on intimacy and love come from, we can consciously choose healthier beliefs and build deeper, more meaningful connections. Because intimacy is a big part of relationships, you know? So guys, I hope if today's discussion resonated with you, you share this episode with someone who might benefit from it. And remember to check out Creations by Us, www.inspiredvibrations.com, for our latest handmade jewelry collection that celebrates empowerment and transformation. And also, I have some nice promotions going on with chart interpretation, tarot reading, numerology. You might want to check that out. $5. And I'm going to close this out with a mantra. Remember, transformation starts with awareness, my friends. Your past may have shaped you, but only you get to decide what shapes your future. Okay? So, guys, I want to thank you for listening. And remember, protect your energy like the Secret Service protect the president, but not John F. K. And your energy is expensive. Be mindful how you use it. Namaste, my baby, and I will catch you on the next day. That's all, folks. That's all for today. Thought-provoking talk with Crystal. And I hope today's episode gave you a new perspective and sparked some thoughts to explore further. If you're ready to dig deeper into your own journey, guys, I've got special $5 offers on astrology, reading, the big three, the Chiron, or the nose, numerology, tarot insights, plus some beautiful images to remind you that self-expression is a part of self-love, anything but normal, okay? Be sure to check out my website, www.inspiredvibrations.com. The link is in the bio, or catch me on social media. I have some Facebook groups, Cryptic Accurate Astrology, Facebook, you should join. And if I were a tarot card, or I would be doing for reading stuff, but I just need more people, all right? And I even got my new YouTube channel for more tips, insights, and inspiring vibes. So until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep raising your vibrations, because growth never stops. That's right. And don't you forget it. Your girl Crystal is out like last year.